Oh, hello, everybody. I was almost left the meeting. Welcome to GHB Spotlight, your number 2 show now on the network, because Andor is number 1 still. Another show that Frank and I do together on Wednesdays here at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's the number 2 show on the network. So we replaced ourselves, Frank.
It's all that Dunphy. It's all that John Dumpy.
John, bring in the views, Dunphy. I don't know. But apparently that's our number 1 show by a landslide. But yes, this show is number 2 because you guys love us. We've been around for a long time. So it's whatever that is. But welcome back. Hi, Jason Jose. Come on in. The water is somewhat fine, I guess.
No.
It's not fine. Don't jump in. I got out of the show. I can't swim. So yes, come on in. I can't even say can't swim. That's so crazy. Nikisha, Krista, come on in, folks. Have a good time. We're talk about what happened last week. A little bit of the week before, not really that much. Just gonna talk about basically what happened last week. I don't want to talk about everything that happened all the time. We're gonna talk about what happened here. Because some crazy stuff happened. We got some new people playing old characters. We have some confusing age group stuff to talk about, Frank. Some math. We have some math to do, apparently. There's a lot of kind of stuff going on there, and the Huntington's disease is back, apparently. So there we go. So yes, so come on in. The Bone Beautiful Mini Spotlight and the Y&R Mini Spotlight are out. They're out now. They're everywhere you want them to be. Any audio streaming service platform and here on YouTube. I've shared them everywhere, so you can check us out. It was very heated on both shows, but we talked about it all for your pleasure. We did. So check those out now, and we like that. There's no Distant Days today because my chocolate twin Tony Moore had a dream come true yesterday, and he hosted Day of Days, and I'm so proud of him. It was a 30-year dream for him. He hosted Day of Days yesterday at Xbox Plaza in downtown Los Angeles, and I couldn't go without a class yesterday, but I saw the pictures, saw the video. Apparently, he did very well. Frank, our buddy, did very well. Apparently,
that's phenomenal. Yes. I didn't realize they were calling it Xbox Plaza down there in downtown.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, because it's crypto.com studio, whatever that is over there. All these folks. I remember when it was Staples Center. I don't know what happened in LA Live. Now it's Xbox Plaza because it's in the middle of all the different. Because it's also Xbox Theater. There's one of those, Nokia. I mean, I don't think they changed all the names.
Especially good state right now, so good there. Keep that naming convention.
Yes, I used to live in San Francisco. We had monster.com and all these things. We used to be Candlestick Park. I'm like, they used to do all these different names. I'm like, I don't understand. Monster Cable, whoever owns whoever. But Tony Moore, my chocolate twin, did a wonderful job. I'm very proud of him. They also showed the announcement of my girl Hope is back. Yeah, she's back. Oh, and Hope are back.
Whoa.
So I know that I was sitting there like, what? And I DM'd her, and she gave me a heart.
Holy cow!
But yeah, so she's back.
So clearly, I mean, I guess money talks.
Money talks. Especially if it's on, but I think it's also because it's not NBC. Not NBC anymore. They're not Sony NBC. They're Peacock. They're whatever that is, where Peacock is, and Corday Productions.
Interesting.
Yes. Happy for Tony hosting. He did a good job. Yes, I heard he did a wonderful job. Things I saw. So I'm very happy for him. We're gonna do an email check. It's coming. We're gonna do an email check.
But now is Hope coming back just for a limited time, or is she kind of like
they do? So what they
ongoing?
Do every Day of Days, they release a preview video that's 2 minutes long. So we don't know. It just shows you scenes in the future.
Yeah, got it.
So and now all of a sudden there they were. They also came out and they were the special guests on screen. It was like, "Hi, we're back," and that's all they said. I mean, so we don't know.
That's all they said. Is that he came out on screen and just said, "Hi, we're back." That was it. Holy cow!
Priceless. They are whatever. So we don't know exactly thing. And folks, Steve Burton's back as Harris. Here's in the preview.
Look at you, so excited for more Steve Burton as Harris on Days.
I had to laugh because all you folks out there, ABC you heard, sorry, Frank, lifted the vaccine mandate. We don't know if General Hospital lifted it. We know that ABC Disney did. We don't know if General Hospital lifted it. So right now, he's busy doing days. So he's over there. But everybody wants Jason back, Frank. Well, not everybody. A lot of folks want Jason back. I'm saying don't bring Jason back until you have a story for him.
No, that's true. It is interesting just again on the limited Twitter stuff I see. It seems very, very divided about having Jason back or not, which I was surprised. As somebody that kind of I like Jason more than not, so I was like, yeah, have him back. But I was really surprised by the amount of people who were like, nope, we're good without him. There's nothing really here for him to do.
I know people said that. I was like, really? There's some really good storyline. They did it correctly. There's a lot of storyline. Jason's related to everybody, basically. Has so many love interests, all this stuff. He could totally come back. But the thing is, I think for me, it's just like the show's already bloated. It's almost like just bring him back for a good storyline. Judy says, fix the show issues first. I agree.
No, that's true.
I guess how I feel here. And we're going to talk about that. So anyway, so he's on there. Also, I got to say a few words. You guys, if you watched me earlier today, you already know I went off. I'm going to say a few words.
Ooh.
Friend of our show and friend of JLJ Media and part of JLJ Media, Candace Mack. So she's been attacked the last couple of days from her appearance on Bold Live. And I'm telling you people, I don't like it. She didn't do anything wrong. She's not endangering lives. She's not, they're claiming they're throwing all this stuff. People are throwing all this stuff on her. They're coming after her really bad. Now, I'm not really on Twitter anymore because you guys drove me off. Not you, but other fans drove me off. I just post on there. But for Candace's sake, I did go on there because she was talking to me last night upset. I saw the comments. And also there are death threats towards Annika Noel, one of the actors on the show, from her appearance. I just want to say, everybody, please take a breath. We on this show, Frank and I do, we've got attacked for things on the show, obviously. What we do is we talk about the show, we tell what we like and we don't like. That's what everybody has a right to do. Let's just do that. But I'm feeling like this, it's elevating so bad that people are getting death threats and there are being things thrown on people that it's like it's so unnecessary and not true. Like your couples, don't like your couples, like if you don't like it, that's fine. We should all be able to talk about it. But I'm just imploring people to take a deep breath about this. And I know there's some crazies out there. So there are a few of those. But it's not just them. It's not a lot of folks pile on with the crazies. So I like to believe you're not crazy. You're just piling on yourself. We all feel strongly about our shows, but now it's happening on Facebook groups. It's happening on Instagram now. It's starting to go over there, Frank. Now it's starting to go over there. And actors, and a lot of these actors are going to stop interacting with fans because it's getting, they don't have to. It's getting too toxic. So I'm just saying, please, just like, let's take a breath. It's just a show. It's a show, folks. We love the show. It makes you feel something. That's what shows do. Make you feel something. But we need to kind of calm down and Candace is one of the nicest people on earth. She's one of the biggest cheerleaders of soaps. She's one of the biggest things that you're out there who's always very well. Now, I know I'm a bitch sometimes, so I know I say shit, and I'm like, it's on purpose. So I know I get it. But for some people who are really nice, I think we should really think about that for a second. And I watched the episode. She didn't do anything wrong. It's just fans making conspiracies up and doing all these things. I think Bold Live's probably done for a while after this. I think you guys have just killed it, whoever the fans are. It was meant to be a thing for you to have an inside track with the fans, Frank. And that was all. They were the only show who did this, who would actually come on every week, take phone calls from fans, all that stuff. And now I think it's been done. Now, I'm telling you, folks, I will never do phone calls. So stop asking me. That will never happen. No. That will never happen. I will never have phone calls. You will not come on here on Zoom. No. You can comment in the chat room here, and that's all that's going to happen here, Frank. I mean, that's never going to happen. I'm like, nope.
Wow. I mean, what can they come over in person?
Come find me. Please come find me.
Come find me. That's.
Come find me. We'll see what happens there too. Yeah, we'll see what happens there too.
No.
But no, we ain't doing that. We ain't nope. That's never happening. So I just think it's out of control. This is out of control, and I think we should need to calm the fuck down. As we do. Let's enjoy our show. Let's enjoy it. Let's talk about it rationally.
Is it terrible to me now though that now I want you to take phone calls?
You do. I know you do. I know you want me to take phone calls now. I know you do. I know you do. I know you think about else. Nope, never. Never. Angela's like, come, don't tempt me. Well, Angela, you come over, we'll have a good time, Angela. Come over here. We'll have a good time. Yes. Oh, Bold Live was phone call / chat. So they were doing this plus phone calls. Like we stood after us TV. Same phone calls. And so for the last 2 weeks, it's been a shit show. So I'm just telling you from fans. So Annika Noel is like, but no, Angela, come find me, Angela. I'll give you my address. I actually like Angela, so you come get me, girl. We can go in the garden, have a good time. Oh, that's fine. I'll catch the next flight. That's right, girl. So yes, Angela, no shot. I love her. But yes, I just think we just kind of let's just talk about this story. We can talk about it. We just talk about it. And we can disagree, and it's fine. Let's just talk about it. Like, just let's stop threatening people. Like, it's a little too much. But I will defend my Candace Mack, and that's all I gotta say about that storyline. But that's just I'm getting to the point where I'm not reading the comments anymore. I'm getting to the point I just can't read them anymore. And I know you don't really read them that much either. It just gets so horrible. It's like, God, folks. It's I can't do it. So let's get like that. But
no, that's a shame. I don't know. I mean, it's like, that people realize, when they do that, then the things that things just go away then. And it's like, well, then you have nothing to talk about then. And right. So, okay.
And don't wish your show off the air either, because you don't like a storyline. That doesn't help anybody either. No. Trust me, I hated Peter so much. Trust me. I mean, I didn't want the show off the air because of Peter. I just want Peter off the air. That's what I wanted. So don't wish your show off the air either. Come on. Yes, no, and go ahead. Please go ahead.
Oh, I'm sure there are many All My Children fans, One Left to Live fans, Passions fans. Yes, that some have felt like, I wish the show was off the air, and I'm sure they probably would love to be able to have that show still currently on to be able to watch.
Yes, it's a Whoopi Goldberg. Hey, I feel like Whoopi Goldberg. I'm like her. I'm like, let's just cut the bullshit. I'm like Whoopi. Let's cut the bullshit. Cut it. Yes, and Tabiani Ali is on State of Mind today with Morse. I just started watching it. She's cute. I have not finished watching it because I got a show to do, but she's on that. So that's so check that out. I like State of Mind, so I like watching the show, and maybe one day I'll be on it. Everybody wants to be on it. So
look at you putting the fans first, James.
Yes, I did that. Oh my God, this person's all, hi Whoopi. I don't really like The View, but I do like your earlier acting career. I'm talking like I'm Whoopi Goldberg. That's so funny. DG, you're in danger, girl. Yeah, exactly. Yes, Candace is hurt and she's upset, but she's hanging in there. We're hanging. She's trying to have a sense of humor about it. But I assured her she didn't do anything wrong, so she didn't do anything wrong. So that's just her thing. I know, Angela. I know you're biting your tongue, girl. I know you are. I still love you. You bite your tongue, and that's an example. We can still love each other and like not agree on stuff. That's how life works.
Yeah.
Shit. Like, come on, voice of the world. Nobody agrees on everything. I mean, no, DJ, I love it. That's what I do. I love it. Yeah, it's funny. You make. See, that's where's the sense of humor. I love sense of humor. Where's the humor? I love it. In the comments, Shady Sunday. That's right. That's why we have fun. And so we will start talking about General Hospital this week. And so, I'm sorry, DG. I couldn't tell by anything. Okay, DG, you're in danger, boy. There you go. So you go. That's for David Gunn. That's a name. I like that. We can disagree about being disagreeable. That's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. That to me, because literally, once I get off the show, I have a life. I go on to something else. Like life just goes on. So I'm just like, but Frank sits in the corner and stews over. But I leave.
Oh yeah, I turn the lights off and I just power down, and then until the next Sunday we're on, and then I just turn my little lamp on. And I'm like, all right, finally.
That's hilarious. Well, I put a shady Sunday. I do. Hi, Albert. Yeah, Albert. We get into it sometimes, but I love Albert. Albert's great too. And follow Albert Bostic at his show. He does a great show too. But anyway, so the first, I'm trying to figure out what storyline to start off with because there's so many storylines I don't care for. Speaking of not caring for stuff, I don't know where. So for it's like my eye, there's no safe place for my eyes to rest because there's so many things going on. So let's start with because it literally came to a semi-conclusion, I guess. And that's the Liz storyline. We might as well get there because it's okay. So we did the math apparently. And so I guess it's okay. The ages all kind of work out in some weird way. But here's the thing. They tied all of this stuff with Liz to Finn. So how do we feel about that, Frank? And in chat, how do you feel about that?
I'm not a huge fan. I don't know why this was needed. I don't know why it had to be tied together like this. And it just, I know there have been a lot of talk about it. It's Rebecca's 25th anniversary, a great big storyline. And like, how is this being kind of co-opted by Finn? I don't know. And Finn is, at least the way they've written Finn in the storyline, it's not the best. Just, just been the best character. So I don't know the idea of what they gained by deciding like, hey, this would be a great idea is if we tie them both together and then not do either really well. So it's introducing a backstory to Finn or an additional backstory element that nobody cared about. And then, we finally get the Webbers back on. But I have to admit, dang it, GH. It's like you tease this arrival and you've talked about these characters for so long and never shown them. And then this is what we get them for. And, as far as I know, I was like, this is all we're going to see of them. I'm like, that was it. That was it.
I was asking guys, do you think that's it of them? Do you think they're going to come to Port Charles or no? I think that's it.
I mean,
I know. I don't know either. I have no idea.
I mean, I guess they could because supposedly the reason that they stayed away is no longer really in play anymore. So, I mean, if they wanted to kind of really repair a relationship, I guess they could come. I mean, they've been recast. So, in a sense, it would probably be easier to get them to come on if you wanted to continue that story. But I don't know. Do you want to see more of them?
I do. And it's just funny because also coinciding with that, Heather Weber. And Heather mentioned Jeff several times. Oh, Angela says Jeff is going to be back on. She's in Soap Opera News. She knows Soap Opera News.
Great.
So right. Carolyn, we're not sure about. They said they don't know about Carolyn. Okay. So good. Well, because they had Heather talk about Jeff to Finn. And so that was like, ooh, there's something there. They have a kid together. And it's about his past and the womanizer, basically. And apparently, I guess he just throws away women. That's how Heather felt, I guess, also. So I was like, ooh, okay. The Weber family. So this is very interesting. So on a side note, do we like Ailey Mills's version of, because Robin Mattson is retired or whatever, do we like her version as Heather?
Admittedly, it's been a while for me seeing Robin in the role, but at least my memory of Robin in the role, it feels like certainly a kind of different take of that character, and one that I was like, I'm not really warming up to it yet. So we'll see what happens.
She's having fun. You can tell she's having fun. I mean, it's a character you can do whatever you want. You can tell she's having fun.
Yeah.
So you have that because we have that because think about this. You also have Hayden, which someone brought in here. Oh, everybody's liking new Heather. They're liking it. Okay, they're liking it. Okay, new Heather, liking it. Hi, Susan, Roller Skate, Kate, Chandra, Angela, everybody, Jason, everybody, and Crystal. They're liking it. So they're liking it. Okay. But here's the thing. So you have Heather Weber over here. Then you have Jeff and Carolyn over here. Liz. Laura's kind of a Weber also. Cameron is a Weber because of whatever. I have to say I was a little disappointed. I liked the scene kind of, but I was it was kind of anticlimactic with Cameron and Heather.
Agreed.
At first, the talk was good. That whole back and forth, that was good. The BLT thing, hilarious, all that. But I'm like, then all of a sudden, Donna just comes and gets like that was it. I mean, it was just kind of like, So I'm curious how much more we're getting of her also. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, and she was very like, Cameron, don't, she thought very much, Cameron, don't forget me, don't forget me. Admittedly, I thought there would be a little bit more of a connection because of Franco, in terms of them just talking a little bit about what Franco meant to Cameron. I thought that might have been a little something that we would have gotten out of that scene, and maybe we will in the future. What I did like is that they played it smart. Cameron was able to go and call Dante, so I did like in that sense that it wasn't. They didn't write it stupid in a sense where, so I really like that. I just wanted to see a little bit more of, like, Franco seemed like the elephant in that conversation that I wanted to hear more about.
Yeah, Angela, we agree too. It was done. We actually just said it. It was done. I mean, the scenes were great. The scenes were great inside, but I guess I wanted more. But folks are saying, I guess they probably will see more of Cameron in her because she said that.
Yeah.
So maybe something is going to coming up. Heather has scenes coming up with Sonny. Oh, okay. But no, the scenes I actually enjoyed. And I enjoyed them. I just wish there had been something more dramatic. But I guess maybe that was the point. Maybe it was supposed to be dramatic. It was supposed to be just kind of a stop on our way to somewhere else. Like get that tied up because Anna's still out there. Like get that tied up maybe.
And not enough talk of Stephen Lars.
Stephen Lars. Oh my God, I know. But it was good. But so anyway, I thought it should have had him cross paths. And of course you go to Kelly's. That made sense. I mean, that kind of made sense. Cam showed his respect for Franco by being kind to Heather. They both were trying not to set her off. His conversation with Grandma Heather was cool. Somebody liked it. That's why people liked it. That's good. Okay. So the fans are liking her portrayal so far. Yes. I mean, Robert Madsen, of course, is the queen of all that. But yes, it's fine. Stephen Lars, I think he's still in jail. I think she said he's still in jail.
Yeah. What? Stephen Lars.
Still in jail. But anyway, so that was, as I said, bring on more Webbers. I mean, bring them all on. They're all kind of related.
But it's also like, because we had that beat in the storyline where she saw that shape come out of there. It's like, don't forget me. It looked like a male figure. So I don't know, like, I guess we're just forgetting that happened because that had really nothing to go with the story. And so now, I mean, I guess this ends Liz and Finn.
That's a good question too, folks. I have no idea. It just kind of was just like, they're not mentioning Hayden at all. They spun Liz off to another story though. Seemed like because she ran to Esme.
Yeah,
like literally she went from there. Which I don't mind that. I kind of like this. It's a city, so I don't mind that. They kind of spun her this way, and all of a sudden, hi Leprous, I haven't seen you in a while. I see you. They had Liz suddenly confronting with Esme and Nicholas, and there's a whole thing going over there. Now, I'm like, okay, and she's like, I don't remember who it was, but she does remember who it was. It was Nicholas.
Oh yeah, of course she's not going to rat on her pal.
No, so Nicholas knows that. So it's kind of like they immediately just went this way, went over here now. Okay, now we're over here. I actually enjoyed her and Cameron's conversation. They're working together. It's like Josh said something the other day that was real. She was like, me watching my sisters for a minute is fine. You can take care of your brothers for years.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's true. He's always taking care of them, right? He really is the right-hand man to Elizabeth, so to speak, in terms of that family.
Yeah, and even though it was the prior week too, where Cameron was having that conversation with Finn, just about how what her mom needs is like not you coming in. Her mom's her own hero. She doesn't need you coming in to fix anything for her. And so I liked him, saying that to Finn, which was cool.
Liz got caught up trying to see Nicholas to confide in him. He is her only constant. I know exactly what she thought of Nicholas. And she's going that direction. So I'm like, Cam's been a single dad for a decade. That's pretty funny, Nikisha. That's pretty funny.
It was interesting though that because I understand why Liz doesn't want to, rat out Nicholas at all. But why even mention that there was another person there? Why even open that up? So it seemed kind of weird. Like if you don't want to, I can see. Then why say anything about another person? It's just Esme's enough, right?
Right. That's kind of crazy. So meanwhile, we lead into that because Finn's now spun off. He's upset and dealing with this revelation.
Just sadly looking at his cell phone, looking at those pictures.
So yes. So we'll have to see where that leads Finn, because Anna's on the road, so she's not there. But does that mean it's going to be Alexis again?
But then you've also got Gregory in the mix, so that seems weird.
That hasn't stopped them before.
But true. But is it a love triangle with the father and son?
I'd be surprised.
Oh,
they do that sometimes all the time. All the time. All the time.
I feel like Alexis is, I don't know. I mean, certainly her and I do like the Finn and Alexis friendship, but it does seem like she has something. She's intrigued by Gregory. So I don't know. It would be weird for her to so suddenly go like, yeah, Finn, let's hook up. Let's see what's going on.
Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see how, if Liz, hi Medora, we'll see how Liz and Finn handle the fallout. Because their family now is truly incestuous. Because you have the Hayden Violet thing. That's their other grandchild, is Violet.
Yeah.
Jeff's grandchild is Violet. Like, there's a whole bunch of that Weber stuff it's all kind of crazy. They always kind of made light of that Liz and Laura are kind of related in some level. They're Webers, but they're close because of Lucky and the kids and stuff. So like there's all that going on. Remember they mentioned Jeff. It was Monica mentioned Jeff months ago. Yeah. So it's like so Jeff Weber actually literally has ties to this city. So and a lot of folks are saying, Frank, they do not think that Liz pushed her down the stairs. That was her mother. It was Carolyn. They're trying, or something's going on. They're trying to really hide it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but in the one sense, like, what does that really? I mean, it changes the fact that Liz feels responsible for it. But other than that, I mean, it's still the way her parents reacted with her. Still, is the same. I mean, I guess it's kind of shaded differently. Where it's not like we abandoned you to help you, as opposed to it would be if her mom pushed her down the stairs. If we abandoned you because we didn't want you ratting us out for what happened.
Right.
Which already makes the Webbers, who people aren't fans of in terms of their treatment with Liz, then even just worse.
Yeah, no, DG, I do know they're not blood related. I'm saying they're kind of make light of that. They're kind of related, but they're not blood related. Yes, I do know that. So yes,
but also it's like I'm fine with just leaving this as it is. Let's just close the book on this story. And if you want to bring the Webbers back and something else, great. But let's not go back more. I don't need to go back deeper into the story. I don't think anybody was crying out for this.
I know that too, Frank. I don't know. So I guess like I said before on a previous show, I did enjoy her performance. I did enjoy that. But yes, I don't know if I need any more from this. I don't know. Liz should be a much bigger character. They should be a much bigger character. I think for her length of stay on the show and everything, I don't understand why they haven't decided to write for her because we know that like Sam is not really big right now either. There's a lot of characters who've been on for a long time who are leading women, but they're clearly not being treated as leading women. So I think I really do think Liz has been done a disservice over the years, just not really showcasing her the same way as like other characters that I will not name right now. I won't start a riot. But Carly, I feel like Liz should have. I said really quick, I said really fast. I just think that Liz deserves also a bigger storyline. So I don't know. They're choosing not to. So they're choosing whatever. And you're right. She's a talented actress. She can act. We're gonna act.
Yeah,
that's not a problem. They all can act. So I don't know. So it should be very interesting. I don't know. So it's they're talking about the whole. He's actually, because Jeff Roberts are hardy. He should run the hospital. There's all this whole. There's a lot of history. There's so much history with these families. That's what's so interesting. They're choosing not to play them. They tied it to Finn. They didn't tie it to other people. They didn't tie it to other people, so they didn't do that. So that's what I'm saying. It's that's what's interesting, right?
Yeah, and it's if Elizabeth gets more involved in the Nicholas Esme stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I need to see
Esme escaped, Frank.
Well, but she's back now. She's back now. I can see why Nicholas would want Elizabeth there. Somebody who can, check on a person who's growing a baby. She's, insider. Like, hey, having a nurse friend be able to, make sure she's doing okay is a good thing to have. But I don't know if I need to see, and who knows if it's going down the road of a Nicholas Elizabeth kind of reunion. I don't know if I need to see that either. I kind of like maybe just them as they are now, which are just really close friends that are willing to help each other out, even and while they can get frustrated with each other's kind of questionable decisions, they still at the end of the day will be there for each other.
Well, I'm a Nicholas and Ava fan. I like them together because they are mismatched on some level, and I kind of like that. And Ava is not dumb. Like, she's on to either. Like, she's looking at Victor like, okay, Victor, okay. There's just stuff going on there, and I wish I like to hope that they're end game, that they somehow will find their way back to each other in spite of what's going on. But then you got Victor looking at Ava like he wants to get rid of her or keep her for himself. Sometimes he goes back and forth. It's like he goes back and forth. Because again, we don't know what his big plan is.
We were so close until that cell phone rang. We were about to find out, which I don't know. Just the final phase is about ready to begin, which I'm like, thank goodness, get this final phase up and running, post haste,
folks. But Frank, to make things more complicated and out of control, the diamond necklace that Brit has some ice princess diamonds in it. When I heard that, I was like, okay.
Is it that they need to assemble the whole ice princess for something to work?
I don't know. I don't know.
So it wasn't working.
But it's basically Leopold Taubes. But then now you got Homeboy, which I have to say this. I actually really enjoyed, what the fuck his name is, Cody?
Yes.
I enjoyed his interactions with Mac. I actually really did. I thought they were actually real. They were sort of forced. When he said we should just be friends, we still be friends, blah, blah. I actually like that. Well, now I know he lied. He is Mac. He's a Scorpio. He's Mac's son.
Yeah.
Cody, folks, whether you like it or not, he is Mac's son.
There you go. Well, I mean, you knew as soon as, he finds out from Brit, $35 million.
Yeah, exactly. And Felicia goes, let me see that. No, why do we need to see it? I'm like, Mac.
Very true, but give it up for Cody playing his hand. He was willing to make the move to give it to Felicia. I was like, all right, a good con man is willing to keep riding it.
Yep, that's right.
For the last possible second.
Cody and Mac have chemistry. I agree. And actually, no, I'd like them together. And Felicia a little cold towards him up there. She's like, yeah, then why you worry about it? Oh, you go, Felicia.
She turned on a dime.
She did. I loved it. I was like, oh, girl.
You were ambivalent about this potential relationship at best. So, don't pretend to be caring about him right now.
She called him out. She called him out. I was like, you go, girl. She called him out.
Yes.
He was like, he told you stuttered. He was like,
No, it's like, but I appreciate that. Like, write the character smart. And so Felicia, protecting Mac and calling Cody out, loved it. It. Yes. It's tough for me because I'm not just because the way they've written Cody with Brit, that has really soured me on the character. And so, while I can see like, all right, there was some kind of just him and Max and they're talking about glamping and all that stuff. sure, but it's like I'm so soured by how they've already written the character previously that it's like I'm not really caring. It's like, yeah, they'd have to do a little bit more to really kind of win me over. And maybe we see once Brit leaves the show, then what happens with them.
Well, so Cody may be entitled to that necklace, right? So we have that going on. The spinoff Brit is going this way, and her and Austin talk. Now I'll tell you something. I see more chemistry between Austin and Brit than I see with Austin and Maxie.
For sure. I absolutely agree.
Love it.
Yeah. And it's a shame. I don't know why they didn't do it sooner. Now, whether it would have changed, what Kelly Thibault was going to do, right. Who knows? But it's just, boy, it would have been better written because this stuff with Austin and Maxie is no good. And it was just nice to have Brit, because this has been hanging over her head for the longest time, and she's never told anybody. And they've teased her telling Brad and never has. And that's been frustrating that she wouldn't at least tell Brad. So I was glad to finally have somebody else be able to, that she could talk about instead of just, suffering in silence or having those knowing glances from Scotty and Liesel.
Oh, I know. I just can't see that. And this whole, is cousin Mason really his cousin?
I don't know.
I mean, what's going on? Who is this person? Because now I'm like, on another note, we'll talk about that in a second. They mentioned Olivia Jerome in the conversation. So I'm like, wait a minute. So now I'm almost like, is Austin not related to Olivia Jerome?
Or is she at least, running that family, that crime family? I just need the next step happening, and that's why I like the pacing with GH, as we've talked about. It's so crazy because I can't stand another scene of Mason talking to Austin and Austin saying, "I'm done." No, you're not. I'm done. No, you're not. Okay, I'll do this treatment, but then I'm done. No, you're not. So it's just like I can't stand any more of those scenes. Let's just go. We got to get to the next step.
It says she has confirmed she's leaving in a few weeks, probably. She has confirmed she's leaving.
Yeah.
She's done filming. Okay. So that's a shame. I mean, it's a shame. I mean, Homegirl's going to Shondaland. She got bigger things going on right now. That's fine. Just fine. But Austin, I need him fleshed out. This is just like torture. He's on once a month.
I mean, hopefully
that's it.
Yeah, I would assume that. I mean, because who knows what's happening with Station 19? So, right. Maybe it comes back again next season. Or if her character is going to be on Station 19 again next season. Hopefully the door. I'm sure the door would still be open that if she wanted to come back to GH. Again, but please have it be a better storyline, because I mean, who knows if her leaving is going to be Huntington's related? Is it going to be the Selena Wu, secret that she's got on her? Who knows? Like if that leaves, it's like that's been, and who knows, that could have been dangled before we knew she was leaving the show, and so now that's just going to be just a dangling story thread.
I think Austin is limited at Roger Howard's request. Really, he lives outside of California. Does he really? I never heard that.
Well, when we had lunch a few weeks ago, and he was saying that.
Caught me off guard, Frank. I didn't expect that. Yeah, Frank. What's wrong? Yeah, Austin. I'm like, whatever. I understand why Maxie's not big at the moment. Like she had a big storyline for a long time. Give her a little break. I understand. Give up a little chance. So I have no problem with that. But yeah, so going through this through line. So now Austin knows about Brit's. What's going on with her? Brit's giving Cody a chance. Okay, whatever, that's fine. I don't really have anything for them. Meanwhile, what am I missing? We got that's only half the cameras right there. Meanwhile, we have Laura back. Let's not forget that. Laura's back.
That was a nice arrival.
I love it. With Valentine, that was hilarious. Like, good to see you, sister. And it's like, it's Laura. And then Kevin.
That was a bonus I was not expecting, was having Kevin there.
Right.
That was great. Loved it.
Like, Kevin, oh my gosh. Loved it. Laura being back really does. Jeannie Francis just, every scene she's in, It's gold. It's gold. And that assistant mayor or whatever, Ashby.
Oh,
She's good at playing her. I mean, she's so good at playing her. It makes me laugh because when I was like, you're not in charge of things. I'm in charge when the mayor is gone out of town. And then Laura's like, I'm back. She didn't say I'm back, bitches. That's what she wanted to say. I'm back, bitches. And she said too. Oh, Laura.
What I do like about it is, like, I feel like that Laura is the one character that you can put in a scene with Victor, and Victor is flummoxed. He doesn't quite know exactly what's going on, and I do enjoy that.
She goes, "Are you gonna welcome me back?" Oh my god!
Only thing that was like that, I love that scene, but what made it so unbelievable is that Victor's only then finding out that Charlotte and Valentine are gone.
Yeah, that was weird, right?
So they took a whole flight back, which is, I don't know, 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
And nothing got back to Victor in that time.
Suddenly he had to go. I love that. He's like, oh yeah, I gotta take care of some stuff on the mainland. And I'm sure you do. And Laura was just smiling. Oh my gosh, she was smiling. You're right. He does. She throws him off.
Yes. I enjoy it.
But he thinks she's like, Laura. She's like, are you gonna welcome me back? Oh, that made me laugh so hard. It made me laugh so hard.
What I also enjoyed in that scene too is when Nicholas says, like, oh well, send Karma lesbian, my love. You've got a phone and it works.
Yeah, she did. She sounds like that. I'm like, Lord, I was like, that's right, girl. Just call it out, girl. Call it out.
Yeah.
Just did. Said, yeah, your phone, it works. That is hilarious. That was hilarious. I loved it. All right.
Like, wow. She just took a moment to just chew out Nicholas a little bit while she was like rubbing it in Victor's face.
Yep.
Way to multitask, Laura. Love it.
Yeah. They lost everything. But they're doing much better now, blah, blah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it. Sure did. He did. Laura's, and it's funny because she loves Nicholas, but she's not fooled by him. She knows what's going on. But she don't know what's going on. See, the Esme thing, they haven't told her yet. Spencer, she went and saw Spencer, which I love them. I mean, she loves her grandson. He loves his grandmother. She's always been there for him. I just love that he's trying to be tough, but she's like, no, you're important to me. But she also will pull no punches either. What he said, I help for my uncles. That was so funny, but it left out the last uncle, which was kind of funny. She found out later, but it was like, yeah. Uncle's been helping me. She's like, well, yes, Sonny, of course, blah, blah. Uncle Martin. That's right. Uncle Martin. He has a lot of uncles running around. But I love when she's about to leave. She's saying like, oh my God, there's someone else wants to see you. She's like, and there's Cyrus. I love Cyrus.
He just comes running into that room just so, sister.
Look at my points all together.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I love Jeff Korber, and actually, I'm enjoying these small doses of him.
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying that because a little of him go a long way. He's a good villain. It's like right now, I kind of like he just kind of comes in and he's still like. I love when he goes. She's like, "Oh, there goes your redemption." She's like, it's all based, like you basically say, based on the Bible. It's all Bible based, whatever. I couldn't stop laughing. I just love that their relationship is complicated too. The brother, it's complicated because he's saying he's looking after her grandson. She doesn't want it, but then she kind of appreciates it a little bit, probably. And like it's complicated. I love it.
And it's all colored because Lulu's
right.
So I feel like she can never quite like forget that. And so
that's what it is. Right. That's get the bell for that one. That's what it is. The whole Lulu is in her state as she's in because of him.
Yeah.
They will never be super close. That just will never happen. But I think begrudgingly she kind of they're so good. They're so good together. I was so sit down. She goes, sit down. He pushes her buttons, she pushes his buttons. Well, she's like, sit down. And he started laughing and he sat down. I love it. I love it.
What I do like is whether it's Sonny or even Cyrus, wanted to send messages to Victor. Hey, yeah, just just tell me who it was, so I could just send a message. It'd be fine. Just to...
She started laughing. Oh, you want to send a message? I was like, that is just, oh my God, I love it. I love it. Love it. I love him. So anyway, best use of the prison set. So very good.
Yeah, admittedly, I'm loving this much more than like the Alexis and Sean, even though
yeah.
when Sean get out of prison, but it's just,
yes.
men and women in the library together just always seem kind of weird to me. So this one just kind of comes together a little bit better.
So zigzagging back to Nicholas and Esme, because we forgot the one big point, the hook killer came after him. But they make it seem like it's not Esme, is it? They keep making it seem like it's Esme because she was like, I'm not leaving. I'm going to make sure he pays first. That was Friday, whatever, the week before. And then the hook killer, but then she's like, I don't think it's her, is it? It's not her, is it?
No. That the hook wasn't the same. It was her just pretending to be the hook killer to scare the heck out of Nicholas. She was just playing mind games with him, but that was just a faux hook killer appearance. I mean, look at that sad little hook that she got out.
I know. He's looking at it like, man. Yeah, she's not the hook killer.
Props up for him picking it up. With a handkerchief.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, but glad it went nowhere. He didn't get anything. It's like, are you getting those? Are you getting get analyzed, Nicholas? What's going on with you?
Very good. But I mean, him and Esme. Oh my God, it's so funny. Okay, so we have that kind of going on. She's still a prisoner. I saw a preview for this week, and apparently she's talking to one of his staff or something like, get me out of here. The hook killer took time off. I just want to say he took some PTO, had some time off. Hasn't attacked anybody recently, so I'm like, okay.
You got vacation time coming up.
Vacation time. I was like, sick leave.
Well, I mean, if it's the ADA, then she's all fired up and trying to get, Anna convicted. So she's been busy. I don't have time to hook people. I'm trying to get.
Oh, Frank froze. Oh, you're back. Okay, you froze a second. Yes. Okay, so let's get to that. I know the college student Adam. We got a new set this week. That's Joss's room, Jocelyn and Trina's room. Very bright. It looks very college-like. Look very collegey. I give it 10 points. The dorm room, because there was the Great Escape. The Great Escape. Of course, it didn't go correctly. We knew that was going to happen. It was not going correctly, but I liked it though. I thought it was a cool kind of. Everything was kind of cool. Dex is the one helping out. Of course, he gets hurt. Of course, the whole thing. But anyway, so the guy realizes that Dex is not the guy. Something's going on. The thing crashes. Heather Weber's out there. So they went in a direction I didn't think they were going to go. I thought it'd be like Heather and Anna on the run or something. They didn't do all that. But yeah, Valentine nearby. He comes. Him and Dex get Anna out of there, basically. Dex is left on his own. But he gets to Joss's, or I should say Michael's. He gets to Michael and Willow's. And then now it's that classic Elizabeth Jason storyline where she's taking care of him while he's hurt.
Just great stuff. I'm liking Dex. I mean, I know
me too.
What I like is that he's kind of in the Jason mold, but not. He certainly has. He's not stone cold.
No.
He's got his things going on, but he's got the necessary training to be able to be in that role, which is cool. I mean, I'm digging him. The one thing that just was driving me crazy was the RA who was so adamant. I really need to see you. And just shaking, rattling the door and knob and stuff like, oh boy. Okay. How about you just knock and they're not there? Then you just, put a message on the door. Come see me when you're here. The RA. But no, I can't rattle this door handle.
I laughed because I was in college and my RA was my sister. She was rough. As an RA. But no, I thought it's Joss and Dex have chemistry. They do. And in my opinion. And I feel like the Cam thing she cares and loves about because they're friends.
Yeah.
She cares about him. So, but she's drawn to this bad boy Dex. And so to me, it's classic soap opera. I don't mind it. And they're taking their time with it. They're not rushing it. They're taking the pacing isn't too slow, isn't too fast. To me, they're doing fine. So I have no problem. Everybody knows I think the guy who plays Dex is hot. Evan Hofer, whatever his name, I think he's hot.
Yeah.
He's no Chase. So Chase is my man, but I love me some, so now everybody's funny. Everybody in chat room, Frank, is going, no, it's like Sonny and Brenda. No, it's like Carly and Jason. Everybody thinking it's so funny. We're all thinking something different. I stand by my statement. I think it's Elizabeth and Jason. That's why I stand by there. But it's funny. Everybody is like coming up with these past couples. But I think the point is they're classic. It's classic soap opera.
Yeah,
it's like they're building it with her knocking Sonny right now. It's classic soap opera. It's classic soap opera. I love it.
And just waiting for Cam, who thinks, hey, I think we're getting into a good place again. Poor Cam.
Right.
About to find out it's not exactly what you were thinking, Cam.
No, and
I feel even
nothing. Go ahead, please.
I feel like even Trina realizes, like, oh, Cam. Oh,
I know she does like, and I don't. Yes, I heard that the person who plays Rory is in Wakanda forever. I heard that. He's in that movie apparently. I don't know what he does in it. It's small. Yeah, he's in that. It's like but he's barely on the show, so I don't feel any allegiance to Trina and him at all. So her having a problem with this means nothing to me. It's to me they have no chemistry. They don't show them together. So I don't know. I mean, she goes to see Spencer at the end on Friday, so we'll see what happens there. But I'm just like, her misery or whatever she's going through, I can't feel it because I don't see them together.
No, I agree. The show's made a choice that they decided they don't really want to invest in the Trina and Rory stuff.
They don't.
So you can't expect the audience, if you're not going to give us the screen time, you can't expect the audience to also invest in this relationship. So when it comes time when Spencer's finally released,
yes,
if the show tries to play Trina as conflicted, the show can do that if they want to, but it hasn't earned the story beats.
Yeah, that's the problem with this cast. It's just like I want to invest in it. The same with Molly and TJ. When we see Molly has been on for months or weeks or whatever, so it's like I'm getting invested in TJ and Willow on some weird level. I kind of like them together on some level, but Molly's not even really a factor. I mean, he had screen time with Sonny more than he does with you. I mean, the talk that TJ had with Sonny, I actually really enjoyed because they do have a lifelong friend. He's been around since TJ was a kid, and I really thought that was a really smart conversation. It was like he wasn't being disrespectful to Sonny, and Sonny was Sonny didn't want to. Remember, Sonny said, "I don't want to believe it. I know TJ as a kid. He didn't want to believe it." But Willow, of course, forgives Michael real fast. Not Nina, of course, because she's being dumb, of course, but doesn't forgive Michael for thinking he only had an affair.
Yeah.
And it's like, and Michael is, and I know I'm not a huge Michael and Willow fan. Everybody knows that already. But I'm thinking TJ and Willow have something. There's something there, and I would love to see that explored on some level. And I know, and it looks like she's trashing her Sonny. My thing is, there was something going on, and that no one knew what was going on. And it does. I think sometimes you do almost forget certain things about somebody and go, well, maybe they're doing it, maybe they are, because it looks like a certain way, maybe. I mean, you could be influenced that way. You hope that somebody who cares about you wouldn't think that way, but
yeah. Well, and it's tough because you would have no other reason not to think that if you're not showing any of the Molly stuff of that relationship.
Right.
So it's like if Molly and TJ are having a bunch of scenes and everything's great, then you're going to think about the TJ Willow scenes differently. But in an absence of that, you're like, well, wow, is there something going on with these two? Maybe. Who knows? The show's not telling me otherwise, other than just name checking that, that domestic partnership mug. Show me that mug.
It's the mug. Again, we need the younger characters. We need them to balance out the older characters. And they've been GH's been wonderful, actually. They've been showing us very diverse in age characters, obviously, going on right now. So I love it. I know folks hate Nina. They know they do. And she's been annoying. She was annoying this week. She was totally annoying. Yeah. But I'm telling you, it's funny because I don't like Willow either. So it's like I'm not rooting for Nina or Willow. I'm not rooting for either of them. I'm like, they both get on my nerves. Hi, David. They both get on my nerves. So I'm not even rooting for either of them.
I would agree. It's tough. Neither have been written very well.
Right. They're not.
Yeah. I mean, Nina was written better earlier.
But Michelle Stafford was playing her. Yes.
Yeah. But this latest iteration of Nina it's rough.
It's annoying. It's really annoying. Yeah. It's annoying.
But I did like TJ saying something. It's like Nina, she just wants to just ruin Michael and Willow. It's just, which, yeah. I mean, she just got so in her nose where it didn't belong, where it's just like, I just got to keep looking and prodding and poking. It's like where I have no business. Oh, but it's Wiley, and he's, if his family's going to be fine, who cares, Nina? That's none of your business. None of your business.
But you're right. I mean, it goes a long way. But here's the deal, folks. We all know this, and Natasha just said it. Willow's going to need a bone marrow transplant. Who's going to be the one that's good matches?
Yeah,
Moran. We know. Frank's the one that's going to match. He'll be on the show giving his bone marrow to Willow. That's what Frank Moran's going to do. Yeah.
That's right. That's me. And as a story, it makes total sense. You got to get to the point where Nina and Willow, just are so mad at each other. That then you reveal, like, oh my God.
Yes.
She's my daughter this whole time. What does this do? Can we get past these terrible things we've said to each other and now try to be mother and daughter?
Yes.
That's only a matter of time before that happens. And so you gotta make them hate each other first to give us, the satisfaction of that reveal. But
that's right. Simone was right. Even everyone was like, "Girl, are you serious?" To Nina, that was kind of funny too.
I do have something. You can drop dead.
Yes, dead. And I was like, okay. Well, they say in chat room, it's the Sam Alexis story. Remember, they hate each other, and then they had to grow to love each other. So yeah, I agree with that, Daisy. I agree with you on that one. It was a classic story. It's a classic story. So it's time. So yes, they got to ramp it all up. And remember, yeah, Luther's right. Remember, Harley knows the truth and has known it this whole time. So that's going to be very interesting too. That's going to have to come out.
Yeah. Or it's like, how do you get somebody to donate blood marrow without letting them know they're a biological, match or, parent or child. So yeah, Carly's trying to, hedge her bets. I want to be able to have this happen, but not let anybody know that I really knew this whole time and didn't say anything.
Well, leverage brings a point. What will Drew do? She lied to Drew also.
Oh no.
They care. Angela says no. Leverage says yes. I'm saying, yeah, that's a good point. Will she care?
Well, I mean, I think this would be the difference. You could see a potential difference between Jason and Drew. Jason might be frustrated, but would still, still be that on Carly's side. Is Drew going to be the same thing? I don't know. He's got a different he's got Jason's memories, but he also, has also different life circumstances. Will he be just like Jason and just, do what Jason would do and, be mad and forgive? Or will he be like, no, I'm going to confess to the insider trading and send myself to jail?
That's interesting. I know. That's interesting. I know, kids. Time to stop the lies, instead of Jake. Because you also got Portia.
Great.
Hold on to that secret.
Well, before one, I thought like I did enjoy Ned's wrinkle of the insider trading that he threw up in. And
yes. Yes.
Michael and Drew's face.
Yes.
And, the Drew scene of him talking to Alexis, always nice because they did have a nice relationship. So it's always nice to see those scenes. I'm not so invested in this Carly Drew thing that it's like, we've got to keep our relationship a secret because of the insider trading. I don't really know if I care about this new wrinkle.
I don't dislike Drew and Carly. I don't like Drew and Carly. I'm neither. I'm actually in the middle. I don't have anything against them being together. I thought I kind of wanted Drew and Sam together. I know you're not a big fan. Or Drew and Liz. I felt something was there too. But I'm like, I'm not against it. Him and Carly together, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. When I get there, them being together, it's fine. But Ned holding on to this, I think it's great. I think Ned is like, I'm not a wimp. I'm a Quartermain. I'm working very hard. It's very interesting. But they only show this once every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So once it just kind of inches along here and there. I would love more Quartermain shenanigans.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I do like that. That just can't. It's like, you guys are trying to box me out. And you guys won't. You'll never cop to it. But you guys are trying to box me out, and I'm not going to get boxed out. That's why I went with Valentine.
Oh, but he shut them up.
Yeah,
sure did.
And I did like him going after Michael. It's like, you use Corinthos. You don't even take your AJ's son. And you don't take his name.
He did say that. Ned has walked away from ELQ whenever he wants to. Yes, but I think now he feels like he really wants to be a part of the family. He wants to be a part of the business. I think
the Quartermain.
What?
He changed his name last
name.
They
did the Quartermain. That's the thing. And Angela, I would say this. To defend him, I would say, the point is, when you're younger, you don't be in the family business. You understand that you want to be out there, and you want to be Eddie May. You want to do his own. It makes sense. You get older, you start thinking, I want to hold on to the legacy of this family. As you get older, I can see that. I can see that. Suddenly, you change your mind. Everybody's allowed to change their minds when they get older, when they're younger.
True. And I mean, also playing the fact that you've got a wife and a young son,
yes.
And you also forget about them too. It's like, I'm not going to be diminished, or pushed aside in this company, my family's company,
right?
Because I've got a wife and a young son to also care about and think about as well. So screw you guys. I'm going to do what's best for what I see is best for both my family, my immediate family, and my family as a whole. And that's going with Valentine right now.
I think it's funny. I think, it's great that like Ava right now has no problems with anybody at the moment. Not really. Besides the Cassadine stuff. Right now, she's okay. Good terms with everybody right now.
That's
she's
true.
Kind of like mellowed out. She's okay. But it's just the Cassadines, which you got to be really careful about that. The Cassadines. Because they're a little more dangerous. But she's a Jerome, so she knows she's not easily scared. She's just not. So I like that they're playing her that way. She's not scared. Then she got Scott and them on her back, and kind of like, girl, be careful. Like, what are you doing? It's like, just divorce them. So like, she's Ava's a survivor. I think she's a survivor. She's gonna be okay, I think, in the long run. I am curious where Lucy is. Lucy's not dead. She's not dead.
No, I mean, I assume locked up, much like Holly was.
Yeah, like Holly was. Yes, I don't. Yeah, she's not dead. I don't think she's dead. But we got to talk this in the chat right now. Because I mentioned the name. Valentine's Day is the wedding, Frank. You save the date.
Oh,
that's in 3 months. It'll be here before you know it.
That killed me though. That killed me. That was akin to when they announced when Trina's trial was going to be, and it's like that means that you've just got 3 months of having to suffer through all of this when we've already been suffering for so long. Like, come on, guys.
Yes, I agree.
Could have been a New Year's wedding. Why don't we just do that?
So, but we know that Curtis is basically, I just have this feeling he's Trina's father.
Yeah. Well, there's no reason to be having this kind of thing because
I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen, but it's going to happen.
Yeah. No. I would think that they've done nothing to indicate that it wouldn't be Curtis's father.
Right.
Every story beat that they've shown us in this, and every kind of kind of furtive glance that you get from Portia. It's just like, yep, it's Curtis's kid. Let's just get to it already. Unless, like Portia's got to be pregnant by the time that happens, and then Curtis can't just as easily walk away, even though he might be mad at Portia for the lie.
Side note, we have 61 people watching. Thank you.
Woo! 61.
61, but 20 likes. If you could be so kind, hit that like button. If you're a newbie to our 63 people watching, wow, if you're a newbie to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. And we're here on Sundays, so please you can join us here. But yes, thank you very much. It's 64, but hit the like button. It helps us out. Even if you hate us, hit it anyway. Like us.
That's right. Everybody, lots of people hate me, and I'm fine.
Yes, exactly. It's fine. It's fine. So please do that. Yeah, so yeah, the whole Portia thing, that was a minor thing, because it's more about Trina is like everybody around her is a target.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it. But I think I saw the previews for this week, and we'll see more of that this week. To target. Also,
but I will say one last thing about that.
Yeah.
Is that I've always enjoyed Curtis from the time that he's come on.
Yeah.
There was a few weeks off that he had. So seeing this week when they popped out Becky and talking about the marriage, I was a little bummed. It's like, oh yeah, we're dealing with this again. And it's like not the way I want to feel about Curtis. I don't want to feel like, oh yeah, now we got to go back to more of this story. It's a shame.
I know but I have a feeling this Willow stage 4 is going to bring a lot of stuff out. And this hook killer, are we going to get another hook? Who's it going to be? I mean, like, are we going to get another something? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like there's something, again, pacing is everything, you guys. Pacing is everything.
I think the frustrating thing is that I guess they still want to play like, oh, is it Esme or not as the hook killer? Or at least have Nicholas thinking that in his head. So I guess that's why they're not having it for their hook killing. So it can still prolong that, like, oh, but I feel like every audience member knows that Esme is not the hook killer. So it's frustrating to watch these scenes. It's like, or the storyline, because you're like, well, what's going on with this hook killer storyline? It's just kind of lying in the dust. For the audience is smarter than the writers are giving them credit for it. And it gets frustrating.
I agree. Yes, I think we all know it. We all think everybody in chat, we all know it. Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, let's get to some more killing. Sounds great, right? When I say it like that, but I mean, in terms of fake killings.
And speaking of the killings, we get that little moment between Diane and Robert in the elevator, and it's I feel like they want to play a connection, and yet I'm still waiting for the name check of Max. Like, what's going on with her and Max? How even if she wants to just say like, oh yeah, Max and I we broke up. But I feel like we've got no name check. I have no idea what the Max Diane status is. Are you digging? Speaking of that, are you digging the return of Holly?
It's very nice to see her. Love the actress. The fact that she's scamming Robert and he's not picking up on it, it's making me sour her return a little bit. I feel like he would know what she's up to. And if they showed us inkling that he kind of that he kind of gets that she's maybe working for Victor under duress or whatever it is, that he's going to try to trick her too, maybe to help her out. I feel like there's a whole beat in this story they're not playing. And so, but that they're playing it like he's dumb, and obviously it must be Ethan or something they're holding. There's somebody, obviously. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this return.
I'm bummed. I was hoping the Laura Robert scene, because I feel like Laura's up, like, hey, seems kind of weird, right?
Yes.
And Robert's like, no, I would have loved if Robert had done what you'd said. Like, there's something going on, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm just playing dumb right now to kind of figure it out so I can help her out later. I just wanted the idea of like, Robert, WSB agent supreme, the DA of New York, he's a shrewd operator. He should be able to and he knows Holly so well. should be able to pick up on these tells. It's like, sure, Holly's great, but it's like when you know somebody that well, you pick up on like the little ticks. And it's like I wanted to see Robert have that moment with Laura, going like, "Yeah, something's up. I don't know what it is yet, but she's playing some angle, and I got to figure out what it is."
A few weeks ago, when he had Felicia ask her, "What's going on? Tell me the truth," I thought maybe Felicia's picking up on it, and it was totally different. Whatever. I just think that all these WSB ex agents are looking super dumb.
Yeah.
Compared to, so to bring back Holly, so I'm not a huge, but seeing her is great, and having her on the show is great. But I'm like, and then I have to laugh because it ties into Anna and Valentino just like smoochy woochy, and Sunny's safe house all over the place. I was like, okay, let them be happy for a minute. And Sunny and Anna have always had this kind of friendship. They're playing into that. I totally hits the thing. So it's very interesting that he helped her out. They're on her. Then she tells Valentine to leave too because he has to be back there. Everybody's waiting for him back at Port Charles. They're all waiting for him. Victor, everybody. That agent, that new agent who just who do you think you are to storm into my office? I was like, oh, okay, okay, Jordan.
True.
And at least he knocked. At least when he knocked. Like seriously, they're calling people on the show. All we call people on the show. At least he knocked.
I mean, I feel like it's like you need that bad guy in the storyline from law enforcement. It can't be Jordan.
No,
because we know that they're really good friends. So you need that other person coming in. Like I'm the bad guy that you're gonna root against now because so Anna can win. So good times there. What I do like though is much like Alexis, when she was in trouble, you see these various men from her life. Same thing you see with Anna, where you got Finn, you've got Valentine, you've got Sunny, people that will rally together, even if they don't personally like each other that much, because they do care about this one individual, which in this case is Anna.
That was fun. That part was fun. They all worked together to get her out of there. I have to mention. Sorry, I want to mention this too. So Rob, because Holly's leaving, obviously she's not staying that long. So obviously, Holly and Diane and Robert, there's something there, isn't there?
It seemed. I mean, why throw in that elevator scene otherwise?
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess, which is sure, but again, it's also frustrating because neither Diane nor Holly are like long-term characters, and so I mean, not that Robert is. I mean, he's kind of getting a little bit more screen time because of the story, but he often spends a lot of time off screen as well too. So it's frustrating when you see two characters that you kind of enjoy that aren't on very often, but get like paired together. And you just think like, it's the Brad Lucas situation again. We've talked about this before, where all their kind of things happen off camera and they'll just show up every, 4 to 6 months and go like, oh, there's this new major update in our life. And here we'll have a scene about it. All right.
It's a large cast. It's a large cast we're talking about. We're talking just, there's 3 people in this cast.
Because we do have Victor and Holly, where Victor, of course, makes that veiled threat of about the other person, the male left behind. I feel like the show's trying to be, and I don't know what their plans are for the big 60th anniversary and the whole big Cassadine epic storyline.
Right.
Whether it's actually Luke in there or is it Ethan? Right. I feel like is the show just hedging its bets because they don't know yet who they're going to be able to get.
Right.
And so. Because it feels frustrating for them to kind of make that thing because you think it's Luke,
right?
It clearly must be Luke,
right?
But if it's if they can't get Anthony Geary, he doesn't want to come back, then okay, then it's Ethan. That's somebody else that Hollywood definitely would care enough about to be able to do what she's doing.
Yep. I mean, it's this Ice Princess thing brings in so many of the older people on the show back in this.
Yeah.
But there's new characters too. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
I mean, honestly, James, in your gut, what do you think the odds are Anthony Geary can come back for this storyline?
In my gut, I'd love to have him back for a moment. He doesn't want to go on the show. He doesn't want to go on the show full time. Obviously, he's in Amsterdam doing this thing. My gut says it's not sure. It really isn't sure. only because the show has been unpredictable recently, and the recent times been unpredictable. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, because I feel like you got to give him something. Him being trapped by Victor Cassadine is not enough of a reason to come back. He's got to be able to do something more than just be sprung from captivity.
Right.
I would think that Anthony Geary would want more for Luke than that.
I would think, right? I don't know. And so I think it's Ethan. I really think it's Ethan that's being held. But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of these shows, some of these storylines I can't predict because they're just so all over the place. And this storyline's been going on for what, a year or so now at this point, just off and on. The pool scenes they're talking about. I mean, like, the weather's so hot today, the weather's so cold today. Like, they teased us all these things earlier this year.
Right.
He said way back that he's not ever coming back. Jerry wanted to kill himself. But you guys, Jeannie, on Days of Our Lives,
yes,
you read the interviews. Christoph Fano was like, I'm done. I'm done with the character. I'm not going back. I'm done. She talked about it on several interviews. She says she was done.
And what happened this past weekend, James?
What?
What happened this past weekend?
Christoph Fano's back on Days of Our Lives.
Oh, got it. All right.
I'm just saying. The world's an interesting place, folks. And Angela, Angela Ryan Duncan knows this. She knows this. You know this. It's people have said never say never. I think there's a few people that I know the show won't bring it back on the show on shows. I know that reverse. But when it comes to actors saying shit, I don't think he has any interest to be on the show, but he may come back for a special thing. They pay him enough.
I mean, given whatever budgetary issues that GH is going through, whatever, but the idea of a huge epic story is exciting if they could pull it off. Where even if it's, I'd be fine if we get a day of Lucky helping out in a key moment of rescuing Luke, or you get Ethan dropped in if he's not the person and it's Luke, and he's a chance to bring back all these characters through 60 years that you could tie in them in just little cameos throughout this whole big epic adventure. I'd be absolutely down for it if the show wanted to do that. And
Angela, I'm with you. I'm saying it could be a very short. I mean, I would say I don't think he wants to come back for anything major. I would say that we should never say never. And people say never all the time. What he calls you, Brandon Larkins. Yes, I got your messages. I was very busy the last couple of days. That's why I could not call you back. So there's I got things going on. I wish I could sit and talk on the phone. I was literally I was not available. But I don't think that he's coming back for any major thing. But he come back for a cameo.
Yeah, I think you get a nice 2-week little visit out of him to tie the storyline up.
Right.
You get Tracy back.
Right.
Who knows? It would be very cool.
I just say we all say never for certain things. I'm trying to learn how to say never, because you should never say never. But I'm with you, Angela. I play something really short. It'd be a cameo. I'm on a cameo or a short couple of maybe 1 episode stint. I'm be surprised. I won't be at all. So I guess we'll see. JJ will come out for a short cameo, but his life's in Ireland. That's the thing too. We have to remember a lot of these actors don't live here. They have their lives. Some of the actors are not even acting anymore. Someone asked me earlier about Monica Quarterman, but asked me about Leslie Charleston. From what I heard, she got really hurt in an accident. She was really taking a long time to recover. As you get older, I used to be a nurse, your bones take a while to recover sometimes. So I don't know. We don't know what her deal is yet. She hasn't announced retirement or anything, so I don't know. But I know Monica is missing, and for some people, for certain storylines, I know she's missing.
No, that's true. I mean, the Monica Drew relationship is great, and so I would love to see more scenes with that. I mean, they've recast Leslie on times when she's been unavailable. The last iteration that we had, I thought was good. So I don't know. It would be nice to see a little Monica here and there, whether it was Leslie or a temporary recast. So
yes, I know, and they had recast, but he was going back to. But yes, Steve Burton's going back to Days. But I don't know for how long. Who knows how long it's going to be? but he's gonna be on there. So yes, Brandon, I love you too. Just say I'm gonna call you back as soon as I get a chance. I mean, all I do is work or take care of my family. Take care of my family right now. So I've been really busy doing both those things last 3 or 4 days. So that's what I've been doing. My life is not exciting at all. Trust me, not exciting at all. Like James Scott said, he's there. Well, he's out of business. He don't even live in LA. He's out of business. He played EJ on the show. He's gone. He was gone. But let's see. John Jackson has 2 boys. Yeah, he's married. I guess stuff. Yeah, it's there's speculation, stuff's going around. It's the 60th coming up. Next April 1st will be 60 years of General Hospital. So we don't know what they're going to do with it between now and then. They usually film 5.5 weeks in advance. So I don't know. You know, so it's very interesting. So I don't know what. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you've teased this Cassadine story long enough that you would hope that when it actually is going to be put in motion, that it could be really epic. I mean, you only hit your 68th anniversary once, so let's go balls to the wall. Pardon my language.
Balls to the wall, yes.
There you go. You know, especially if, as you've talked about in the past, James, you know, whatever the future might be for GH, how long it might still be around. Yeah, which we hope is a long time, absolutely. But if this was indeed its swan song, then let's go out in a blaze of glory.
I agree too. Because there's also that, folks. GH may not be around for a longer time. You never know. Days obviously has got its reprieve. Peacock, very smart. So I guess we'll see. I mean, we'll try to see. The soaps aren't gaining viewership. So I'll just tell you that right now. They're not. Balls to the wall sounds painful. It is. No,
that's how you do it.
It is. But they're not getting new viewers. They're not getting. It's about maintaining the viewers they have. And so that's basically where we're at right now. And Angela and I actually talked about this. I actually almost wish we would go to Hulu itself too. And maybe we could have no interruptions, no preemptions, just regular 5, because on days it's great. 5 days a week, there's soap opera. If you watch it whenever you want to, you know, all this kind of stuff. I think JH will be the last soap standing since it's the only one exclusively owned by its network. I've heard other things, Angela. I've heard other things. So I don't know. I've heard other stuff. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. I've heard other stuff. So I don't know. But you're right. It is the one owned by its network. It's the one compared to the other ones are Bill Bell Productions. I think it is the other 2, and they're sold as international soaps. So Bold, Beautiful, and Wine are. They're sold as nighttime international soaps. That's why they're huge. They do okay in America, but they do well everywhere else. So that's why they're okay. But GH is not getting any. I mean, it's not doing any. It's not doing ABC any favors. Not really. It just isn't.
Which is, I mean, it's frustrating because as we talked about the pace of the storytelling, it's hard to get. I think it would be hard to get new viewers sucked in to a show that's being paced at the way it is currently. You know, if you had something that was a little bit more propulsive storytelling, people would be like, "Whoa, yeah, I got to keep." All right, I'll watch this show, see what's going on because it's crazy. Who knows what's happening?
Well, yeah, and Angela brings up a point that I agree with you also too. There's nothing else that ABC can make work for daytime. It's like literally General Hospital. It's kind of its flagship that does decent. It brings in some ad stuff. That's the only one. There's nothing else really nothing else is bringing it in. The GMA 4 or 5. Yeah, how many hours? Yeah, it was like the first 2 hours do great, but the other hours don't do as great. No. You know, I mean, there's nothing really else. So I agree with the answer on that one too. ABC is just kind of. They're probably keeping it because it does something for them. But I've heard some other stuff, but I don't know. I mean, I don't want to go anywhere. I'd love to keep it on the air, however that is, whether it's Hulu or this. Please keep it on the air. I think this show has lots of potential, and for storyline, and they have a talented cast. I mean, it's like it does. It keeps winning best show. You're right. It does. It does.
And also, shout out to Jeannie Francis's new photo for the opening credits.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my girl. That's right.
That's right. Yeah, you go.
Look good. Yeah, a bunch of them got new photos. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
I like that she was a standout. She was the only one with a little bit of hand acting in it.
Yeah, little hands. She's like, "Oh, there you go, girl. That's right, girl." I call that too, Frank. I caught it. I caught it.
Two other shout outs, as I know, as we've been talking forever on this show.
Yes.
For me was Valentine trying to call Sonny and going to voicemail and being angry about it. He's sending me a voicemail, which I love that. And then two, Sonny running into Victor, and Victor going, but he starts trying to put on his New York accent and like, put two in the back of my head. Like, just Charles Shaughnessy. And a Sonny Victor scene is always entertaining to watch.
I agree. I love them together. I love them together each other. It's something because it's like, it's mob money versus old world money coming together. They both think they're better than the other.
Yes.
Neither are scared of the other. Neither of them are scared of the other. And they each think the other should be scared of the other. That's what is so good. And Charles Shaughnessy is so good. He's so good.
Yes.
I love Miss Victor. I think he's wonderful as Victor. I just wish things were written a little better, but it's almost like James Patrick Stewart. I feel like they better their scenes.
Yes.
They're given. They worked there. Because I'm telling you, I remember when we first started, we didn't care for Valentine. He brought in, he killed Nicholas. He was cartoonish. But James Patrick Stewart really did. He elevates the work that they give him.
Yes.
That's what it is. He spins shit into gold. And I feel like Charles Shaughnessy does the same thing.
Absolutely.
I think he does.
And just as I said earlier, just that little distinction of he feels confident in every scene with everybody, even with Sonny. But with Laura, he's a little off. And I love how that's how he plays it.
Yes. Laura, and the thing, I love strong Laura.
Yes.
Laura has been through a lot. It makes sense for her to be just strong. The only time she gets a little rattled is Cyrus a little bit when they were out in public. Oh, wait, we also mentioned she apologized to him.
Yeah.
I realized it wasn't you. That it wasn't you that sent the hit out on me and Martin. And I tried to tell you, sis. I just let me go, sis. I tell you, sis. And I love that was, she was like, I can apologize for that. Because she knows it was Victor, of course. That's what that whole thing was about. What would you send? I was just send a little message. I love it. I just love it. I love it. It's just good stuff. But to me, Laura is just so needed on the show. Charles Shaughnessy has done way better than we thought he was going to do on the show. I mean, he's doing way better. I mean, to me, he was Shane from Days of Our Lives, and he was Mr. Sheffield, the nanny. I mean, that's who he was for me. The fact that he's doing it is just he's good. President Roy, you want to say guest on Laura? Yes, Angela, I'm not surprised. I love you, Angela. I'm not surprised. But no, I just think that there are certain actors when they come on, you're like, yes, I can. This is good. You know, even when Matt comes on or Robert, like you see them, you go, okay, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be kind of it's gonna be so you go, okay, it'll be fine. Or Ned or whatever. But she loves Charles. Let's keep about Laura, but I love Charles. That's fine, girl. Charles, fine. But I just think that it's very interesting. They aged Charlotte, so that's what should be interesting about that.
Yeah.
Obviously with that whole thing. And we know Rocco and them are off there, and we saw Scout. There too. Then we got Gladys, not really falling into line with everybody else for deception, and while she's handling homegirl's money.
But I did, just that moment of self-realization that she had when she's talking with Austin.
Austin, yes.
But like, hey, I didn't do well by Brando, so I'm trying to do these other things to try to be a better person. And it's easy to say, hard to do, and I think that's where the conflict comes in for Gladys, which could be interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was like, the Austin and Gladys, I was like, was there chemistry there too? Kind of. I was like, what's going on here? I'm like, I felt like Austin has chemistry with everybody but Maxie.
Yeah,
that's so weird to me because again, I'm over the whole Spinelli thing. Cancel it. I don't care what I mean. How much money it's making. Cancel it. I'm over that also.
It's a shame that we're boat anchoring Spinelli with this, It's just there's got to be something else better. I mean, he's going to help Sam try to get some goods on Cody. Great.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. I it's Austin. What can you run your system on me and Maxie? Ugh,
Yeah,
ugh.
I know. I just like I'm done with that. And I know some folks don't like them. I like Spixie, so I don't care. I like Maxie and Spinelli together. I do. So I like them.
Yeah. And as much as I'm not a Sam fan, I don't know if you knew this, James. Not
You're not a Sam fan? What are you talking about?
Breaking news.
Yes.
Her moment with Carly and Drew when they stepped away for a moment, and she's like, "I'm just waiting for two people to tell me something I already know."
That was hilarious. That was good. That was
Yes.
good. That was good. I know. She was like, she's not dumb. That was good. And I like Sam and Brit together working on something together. It's not bad either.
The thing that was frustrating about that scene, though, is like you saw like Sam came in loaded with tons of information about that. Yet on the Esme case, zilch, nothing. She was zero help at all in any of that case. I'm like, come on. It was just like, say, I don't even that whole. Why did you even have Sam say she was going to get involved in tracking down any Esme's past? Because she did nothing.
Angela's like, Frank, I'm with you on Sam. That's funny. But that little Georgie girl, she looked like Georgie, the other Georgie, the one from before, Lindsay Leatherman or whatever her name was. She looked like Georgie. How funny. And she had the right amount of attitude. I like her attitude. That's right, girl. That's like good.
It is boring.
Oh, 1 second. Angela Ryan Duncan is a great writer, and she writes for several publications. So you should read her work. She'll tell you where she works. There she goes. Some of her news and TV source. No, Angela, we know we do. We love each other. We get along great and everything. We don't agree on everything, but we agree. We love each other. It's all love for me and her. I like her writing, so I read her writing. So I know her. I know her bosses. I've known them for years. So, and she's an asset to both of those publications. I will say that out loud. Yes. Ned needs to watch his back because there's that too. Yeah, it's interesting. So I mean, I know as a cousin, little baby Ace. I'm like, oh my god, I mean the baby's name's be Ace, of course. Ace Cat's 9. So yes. It's I think we covered everything just about in 92 minutes. That's good. I'm done talking about the shit. We're done. We're done.
Right.
We're done, Frank. We're done. That's it.
We tried our best.
We did. We gave you our all.
That's right.
I don't know if you like it or not. This is you guys, what a great chat room today. I would try to name all of you, but it's 10,000. Yeah, Chandra and Angela, you were in my class yesterday. So you guys should know each other. You were in my class yesterday. I want to mention before we go out, I have all these great events. Well, all the classes are done for the year, but now it's just events. I'm doing another big soap chat event. Oh, I'll do that. I'll ask Frank in a second. Thank you, Annie. Get your email check ready.
Oh,
most of your emails. We on December 17th. December 17th. It's our sign up for it now. $20. It's our Christmas soap show. I'm going to give prizes away, all kinds of fun stuff. Sign for that. This Friday, I'm doing a happy hour asked by the fans. Come join 5 p.m. 6 Standard Time. It's just $10. I actually bought some prizes to give away during that time period. For the show, a mocktail, a cocktail, whatever you drink, Frank, whatever you drink, just join me. We'll have you guys asked for it, so I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to be drinking for real, Frank. So.
Ooh. And James, if I'm not mistaken, there's a new Christmas song out.
I have a new. Okay, I have several coming out this week. Frank's favorite, which is "He Comes Down the Chimney," because Frank is dirty, and that's me and Ethie Tupazzi coming out this week. And another one called "House of Frost." So those will be coming out this week. Both good-hearted songs for Christmas. Frank,
Absolutely, sure.
He comes down the chimney with presents, Frank. With presents.
Of course he does. Of course.
That's choking. The boss didn't like that, Frank. Leave it alone. So songs, everything. And Frank, your emails. Frank, your emails.
Here we go, everybody.
You're at 202,000 now.
Done it, everybody.
200,000 last time. You got 202. You got 2,000 more emails since we've seen you last.
That's right.
Crazy. That's crazy. That's
Done
crazy.
it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Frank is going. His next goal is 300,000.
That's every email just helps me get that much closer, everybody.
I do. Literally, it was like a week ago. We did another show. You were at 200,000.
That's right.
That's why I'm like, I don't even understand why you're at 202,000. I don't understand.
I wish I could say that I'm sure a lot of it's just junk. So,
well, I'm sure. I mean, hello, I'm sure. I mean, if it's real,
you don't think I have like 2,000 friends that are emailing me in a week?
Who knows, Frank? I don't know your personal life with me. You could have some people in there. Look at your thing. 184 missed calls. They're looking at that, Frank. That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, let's see.
They're all looking at that.
Yep.
I know 184 missed calls. Now those obviously were all political related, probably election related calls. I'm sure.
Takes a lot to if you're going to hear my voice. It takes a lot to get to it.
Yes. Frank does not have a YouTube channel. He's part of my YouTube channel. So but you can follow Frank at Happy Go Jackie on social media platforms.
That is true. I'm not worth a YouTube channel. I think the people have spoken. So
you never want to do one ever? Never thought about doing one back in the day or anything?
I'm sure people, would be bored by it. Mildly nauseous.
He did. It's just I'm feeling a little nauseous right now. No, he does other people's stuff. So you can catch him on other people's podcasts. That's where Frank goes. He goes to other people's YouTube channels. But he's on my YouTube channel. All the Star Wars stuff we do together. So check out all the Star Wars shows that we do. We do Andor every Wednesday. You want to see us live. So he does that with me. But then we do this show on Sunday. So it's like he doesn't have his own YouTube channel. But Happy Go Jackie is his handle on the social media platforms. You can follow him there. What?
Come on over. Come to me. Come to me.
Keep those emails coming. That's so funny. But everybody's laughing about the missed calls. That's hilarious. 184 missed calls. I have a feeling they're all because I'm getting I was getting a lot of stuff from the election and stuff. It was just like ridiculous. It was nothing good. So
I mean, just for fun, if we're wrapping this,
please. So it was good.
We'll just throw out like my texts. There we go. Oops.
Over here, 736 texts, you guys.
So there you go.
Wait a minute. So when you get do you have text notifications? You get a ding or anything?
I get a little buzz,
So you just don't look at them.
I don't. Well, you get like the little pop up on your phone.
Oh, right.
It'll pop up, give you a little indication.
It's all James Lott Jr. We're going to get that. Just so that I'll read that later. I'll read that later. Like Lucretia Lyon, I'll read that later. Yeah, exactly.
Compression socks, 20% off. I'm in.
A guy who has a compression pants on the other day. I was like, did it really work? That's another story, folks. Yeah, Frank has a problem. How much memory cloud? Frank had to buy more cloud space. That's what the problem is. He had to get more cloud space. He asked how much cloud space. How much do you have? I
had to bump up. I had just like the basic Gmail, and then I had to bump up to the next level, which I think gives me like 20 terabytes or something like that.
Oh my God, that's crazy, Frank.
Yeah.
I think about 1 terabyte on Google. That's it.
Yeah. So sorry, guys. Rather than just delete those emails, I'm just going to get more space. Much like instead of doing laundry, I'll just buy more clothes.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Oh my God. Well, I'm James Lott Jr. I have 11 emails. That's all I have. So I mean, I take my shit down. I don't have anything. But I have lots of notifications because people notify me all day long.
But the difference, folks, is that people genuinely want to be in touch with important matters with James Lott Jr. when they email him. Me, nobody really. It's just a bunch of junk that I get. So
that is too much. Yes, I put all the classes and events below in the chat. Thank you for making this show our number 2 show right now on the network. We appreciate that very much. You like us, you really like us. We'll take it. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week. We'll be back. I think we'll be back. You'll be back next week.